The book I read was Yes Chef, a memoir by Marcus Samuelson. To start off, his actual name is Kasun Segi. That is his Ethiopian name. And he was born in 1970 in a small little town that was 75 miles away from Addis Ababa, which is the capital of Ethiopia. To start it off, he was about 2 years old when he was diagnosed by tuberculosis, along with his mother and his sister Fante. She was the older sister, and so the mother wanted to cure this disease, and so the closest hospital was in Addis Ababa, which is 75 miles away, and she carried Marcus on her back and walked along with Fante. She eventually got there after a few days in a brutal summer day in Ethiopia, and she was able to cure both of them, but she was unfortunate and died later on. They were soon adopted by a Swedish couple that went by the name of Van Hart and Anne-Marie Samuelson. So this is where Marcus got his name from, Marcus Samuelson. They also had a 8-year-old daughter that was half black and half Swedish, and she was also adopted. And after a while, they had asked Marcus if he had any recollection of what his mother looked like or anything about her, and he didn't. There was a few details, like that she had a tattoo on her chest that resembled the Catholic cross, and also the most distinct thing that he could remember was the Ethiopian dishes that she would make for them. One of the main dishes that they made was shiro. It's like a hummus that is made with chickpea flour and onions and butter, and you boil all that together until it's a hummus consistency. And then also they added in a spice, was berber, which is a garlic, ginger, and sun-dried chili that is crushed into powder, and is like our seasoning as in salt and pepper. And then they would make a bread that is called injera. It is it's like a sour bread that has a very flavorful taste, and he was saying that it would last long, so they could take it on long trips, and she could keep it in her bag, and she can whip it out, cook it on the pot or pan, and use that. Or if it did start drying out, she would stick it outside and let it dry out, and they can eat it for chips. After Marcus, he wanted to start making Ethiopian food because that's where he's from, and he really loved Ethiopian food, so he could cook for his friends and family. And then he got a job in Sweden as a cook or a prep, and also moved on to France to broaden his culinary. Then he really wanted to move to America and learn American cuisines, but he ended up in New York, and ended up in this place at it's called Aquavit. It was owned by Hakan Swan, and he was his mentor for many years. He taught him everything and the type of food they would make was a Swedish food. And just the fact that he grew up with that, he really wanted to learn everything about it and be able to make it for everyone else. But the way they made it was so much more exquisite compared to how his parents would make it in Sweden. After that, he became partners and sous chef in Aquavit, and he also opened up another restaurant with Hakan. It's called Harlem, and he tried to get his former name, Kasim Segi. After a while, and at the age of 30, he found out that his dad was still alive in Ethiopia. So he went to Ethiopia to go visit him, and he had 8 half brothers and sisters. After a while, he met up a guy. His name was Michael Garrett, and he thrived to learn more stuff. He learned under Marcus Samuelson, and he became a great chef, and he became his right-hand man at all the restaurants that he made. The other one, Harlem, Red Rooster, is now both of theirs.